Hi, and welcome to episode 19 of True Diaries. And tonight's episode is about the sense of sight. And let there be light. Thanks, Mom. So I am playing around with different things that I'm encouraging for visual stimulation in your life in whatever manner that is. This is one of my Halloween costumes from, say, I don't even know, several years ago that my aunt had been told on to. And here's my mom taking photos of me because she finds it hilarious, pretty much. I just threw it on, and so she's just seeing it for the first time. So, you know, some people, and also because, as a mother would know, I can be a devil as well as an angel, and many of us have these different sides of ourselves, and it's important to, in my opinion, to embrace all of them. So, I wanted to also give some suggestions to people. Say, you know, if you would like to role play in any way with your partner or even with yourself, if you just want to try something out of the norm, go for it. Just because you've been used to a certain way of dressing or being or looking, you know, don't feel like you have to stay in that. You can always change it up. So, I wanted to ask my mom some questions about things that she likes visually, things that stimulate her. So I'm gonna, pass it on over to you. You want to look right there.
Hi.
So what kinds of things? Here you go. So what kinds of things stimulate you?
Oh, visual things like sometimes the grayness of the sky before it rains. I think it's beautiful. Grass that has just been cut, so it's nice and fresh. You can smell it. Flowers just blooming, like my pansies. Birds flying through the air. I just love different birds, the wings and how they soar and swish and follow each other.
And what's one of your favorite things? It seems that you have a lot that stimulate you visually inside your home too. Like, say over here. Is there any one particular thing that you like? What's your favorite?
I think I like the way the cross is and look like the butterflies is just flying from it.
Mm-hmm. And so this is what she reads. This cross over here. And the butterfly is up there. What do they symbolize to you?
Freedom.
Hear that? Freedom. That's an important one. All about helping people be more free. So, this is the woman whose vagina I came from. It is important for more of us to actually explore ourselves and not be ashamed of our vaginas and know that that is the birthplace. That's where most of us came from.
Yes.
You know, even if you had an in vitro fertilization and say not even your traditional conception, it's still important to honor the womb, to honor our vaginas and not feel that, you know, there's something to be ashamed of or to put down. What do you think, Mom?
I think you're correct.
100%. Oh,
100%.
and is there anything else that you wanted to let us know in terms of, I think you were going to tell us about men in terms of what, and maybe not, what do you find visually stimulating about guys? You sound like long hair, right?
Yes, the hair is full. It don't have to be full, wavy. The grayness, the stillness of the eyes. You have to have pretty teeth, pretty small. Yeah. And pecs. Not strong, not bodybuilder or anything, but just lean.
Actually, I thought you said pets.
The pecs.
Pectoral muscles. That's right. So,
strength, cause all that shows strength, and strength is stability, stable.
helps you feel protected and
Yes.
safe.
Yeah.
You hear that, guys and ladies? one of the things I have to advocate in my show is also feeling that strength within too. So I'm also going to say, it's important to not get too caught up on the way things appear and look, that there's also an inner strength that comes from.
And also, if a man is
good on your
strong and feels strong in himself without feeling compelled to be too strong that he wants to knock you down, then he'll build up his woman because he's not afraid of her overpowering him and let you be as strong as a woman can be.
Well said. Good job, Mom. Yeah, I like that answer. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's show, but there is one last thing, and I'll leave you out of this because I'm not sure how you'll feel about this. But one thing that I did do to explore the way things can appear is I've only done this one other time in my life, but I shaved almost everything, all the hair from my lady parts, from my vagina, because I just was curious to see how it will look that way. And honestly, I've done that before, but I never bothered to really look. So I'd like to invite women, especially because I know guys are looking down and seeing, but for us, for women, it's a lot harder. You can, with technology these days, you can use your phone, you can use a mirror, but it is important to go ahead and look at yourself. And one of the things I was kind of surprised about, especially, I've done this when I've had hair there before, but especially when after shaving everything, I was like, wow, they really do look like oysters, which is funny because I'm not a fan of seafood, but they really do. The vagina looks a lot like oysters, as well as flowers, orchids, and irises are another one. I don't know. Have you ever noticed that, Mom? Have heard of that?
I heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, but they're really beautiful. And how much different would it be to actually think of your vagina as a piece of fruit or flower, especially how some people could put them down and say that they're stinky. And one other thing is that there's a friend of mine, this guy I was talking to yesterday, he's hilarious, but he's never had a problem with the ladies and he's never had a problem bringing women to orgasm in different ways. However, he said, even though a lot of guys say that they, won't say a lot of guys, he said, even though I've heard some people say or be cautious about performing oral sex on women due to the possible smell being bad, that he's never smelled a woman who's been bad. And I really think it's a myth that some people use to stop them from being open to paying attention to women that way. And I think that it makes a lot of women self-conscious to not, say, ask for that if their guy isn't already doing that, or say explore for themselves. I just really would like more women to not feel bad or ashamed or like there's something wrong with exploring their own body, and especially their genitalia. And especially, like I said, when most of us, I don't think, no, they're not allowed to clone a human being, though I do think, somebody's cloned a human being, but we've all come from the womb, we've all come from a vagina, and yet there's so much more secrecy and shame involved. We can easily watch someone, I can't easily watch, but it's on TV, there's a lot more violence and mutilation and things that are so much more grotesque. And you know this, you love horror shows and stuff. But we're not seeing Miracle of Life is on PBS, but we're not seeing things that are more reverential of women's bodies, and especially our vagina. They're being, in my opinion, just more debased and turned into things that are just sexual, when there's so much power there within and outside of us. So, okay, that really is it for now. Thank you, Mom. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No.
That's about it?
That's it.
Thank you for watching and listening. May you have a wonderful time exploring your sense of sight and all 5 senses that I've covered over the past 5 days. I love you.
And have good
night.
Night.